January bosome na na ewo mu no wo wiawia nanso enyame ebeduru na wotwe de na wo pewompew ye wo natin kunsa enti ene ye 24th January 2020 na de Nsroma ye di kan de kasebo no amamu awie di aka eye se ye bebobodo bonkrata ne so na nsema hodo a edi ahim na ebu mfumpa no ya bosu bi amamwate de ye hia nkyeremu no ye bekoni akwa akope update ewo ho na afei so na ye fie da ya ka che senka fieda enu aduane January die ye nyina ye detox na ye so aduane die ni mu efi February ko na ajai enti from health desk no and then so ye fasting tenya dia na ye be no aduane na mum onimdifo a onimde wo apomoden semu beba na ye sua de e de afa apomoden eho na afi yabo mpunimpu no ene wa obeti wasomu asem arehosem ni nyambransem a ekoso yadane ye na agu abonten yede nkwada akwa akogya teacher fo wo hwe wo mayen die na ye a esie ebasa abusua yeden posi yeden oman ne yeden enti eno na ma pone ho akire sei na nempunimpu no beye na ye ka sensem ebekwa akopɛ nkyiremu no enura se ene Ghanaian Times crowd aba se assemblies ahodo no afei mampanisi enkodeda no edi yededa na di na yesi efi wedi oti kokko so aboboa no pe menhia adwalai enti otumfo na amusifo a won mo keme assembly hobie no wayi wo mo pa asesa yenimu ade nkrata ne namti yebekọ keme ho na yakọ akopɛ nkyiremu ewo ho nene nansa wotiye posini a wokọ akoye adwuma aba nanso wa ma medru fiare wosem a esi wo mankesim akromfo ye ne eden sem a sesi ade one ye de tie no uka enka wanka so eja abehwe na so ya wo mu hu posi a wonsuro wonfa posi wonnim se etuo no bikita posi woto posi so to ewi ase no etuo no koka posi ni bi na ewo mankesim ne eken update bi ho no mu a na enua bema Ibrahim ede ebebre yen ye bekwa mentifindo na mentifindo atoye de yese mabunu ho ye ne de epantuma Narcotics Control Board penny or Upper West and what they to MP or Nando. Interior Minister Rambus there nim say eja waba probotie na umabunu no pesa enemu ahodi yo vitality enti di omo ye ni say ema amonsin ene pad de ye yusu ejai de ye yusu ye wo de asigya so ano a udidi akosesa afeso no wasori ya nyame boapayo na edika wo de asigya so ano a ahura faso wase asi ho amanadwo wo sone so a wo se wo de ye den wanom ne goma aguniye aden ebe mo vitality ebi nso de sebi mpraduasa sebiye ana ajanan ahwo senu so mo kofa wo hio se wo mhyeda yegu ho na ahwo minimara ahwo no no ode afra bronsam tower Indian hemp ni bi no wa kyekere wo pepam se de wonum kyekere ade ye mfita mu no wa twini se kumo enu so ye won den a emo vitality na ma Indian hemp no so no me ye de afei dia baby ayadru ni o nti yebekwa akopɛ mu nkyiremu na asem we die ensen masum na asema no yebekwa akɔ owura na nkasa Narcotics Control Board pedida owo Upper West eja ishak na yakwa akobisa se yampasa ade pa ene mo yesa vitality ya en asoneti enti ehwehwe maso ti yebekwa akopɛ update ewo ho na Trump si yenka nkyeremu sesesi ayi no mo amoye birth tourism se wonyense na si o my imagine se me ko wo me bai wo US a Trump pese wo say wo vision no yes see all the new rules be ba na don't can say be take effect Friday and then so Friday it mean say next Friday yo say next week Friday yo enua ne say de akwada bia ebe wo na America memu wo ya America this year no ni mra foforo no de ba na be sesa see ansa wo kwaji visa na wo mbe scrutinize wan kasa ahwe hu die enti a wokọ akọje visa no akwansra akeke nyanya akwansra na se bibi fufuro dim ene ho na wo mutimi refuse se ogisu na ne onya koduro ne ehwe obobre no a gise utimi provision so mi sika besome enye say hospital amebe we America ban na ebebo me ho ka se enti ene esesi a wunya duru anye se uduru airport wa se JFK o se hifo no waduru ne wo befam wonu nkanka ma no fise we ye masem ansa na wanya kwan awuremu no epantoma ni nyina ne se sesi ayi the offend is birth tourism enkofo a okwo America memu said de be ya wo mma be ya America fo no Trump say edi wo how every America man no so ono wakasa America first enti wo mu security nsem no wo mahu say criminals be criminal activities ni be free saade no enti si a no wo miem ti samra no wahehya eba esi a be sha se nani ochine ya Friday no senye na ene na wo twese ne kirikru 31st na shasia eye adwuma eno no na no pai ma yentu ye hofu na yenhye ye hu kran na emwa ye eya etai kan kasa bi say practice makes perfect me yose me buso asem anye bia ugidi say practice ene make it perfect ene me trew ene wo ebo abura say enye practice keke ene make it perfect because if you practice wrongly you have wrong habits. So you will be perfect wrongly. And see, it is perfect practice, good practice that will make good. And see, and yes, a practice be a keke. So, adia mi ye die. Dachi be a me ya me guswa mi ye ebe ye. So we nu ya ene be ye. So wa anye ni ye. Now ye sala biara ma wa adwen ye wo se ebeye ye debida enti de ani yesha ye nyinyina dey say practice makes perfect it's good practice will not make perfect practice practice or perfect practice will make perfect and not just any practice. So look at it again and retune your mind and your thinking that it is not just practice, it is perfect practice that will make perfect and will give you production or productive hours, productive action, and productive results. Don't practice anyhow, thinking that you will be perfect at that. Migusu a mi ye die be ugusu a wo ye ni ye ene be ye enye se ugusu a wo ye keke enti de ne wo pia di akoye bia no ye ni ye entotom papa so enye ni sare biara mabre bia semunim enye nani ha so enye na kwadwero so enye no poafosem so se wo poafo a eye aboro o ye na boro mu o si ebe yi ebe de yi o ye na boro mu a enye yi o ye ne papa mu a ene be yi masem ni poni nyina ano no enti ye ne papa mu na ye ni yiye mu na enye yi na se wo ye ni bia kekede enhwe kwan se wo ye ne keke na se me ye bi no se be ye enye ye sada. Thank you. Midi ede yakunama Adekye Nsroma and then krata abejasono. The new weekend crusading guide, government economic recovery programs successful, says President. New register EC has made a solid case. CPP's Kabila there. The Ghanaian Observer. EC to roll out RuPaul for 2020. Booth for NPA gets Indian support to implement gas distribution policy. And India nya inferior son bako wo fahudie kwan so nti India for yema wonum chi enkwa. The finder. Our first economic record is unmatched in the Fourth Republic. Dr. Baumia challenges NDC and critics to provide any facts to dispute it. Regular filth at Tema station blamed on station managers' failure to pay service providers. Why don't you now, Messessa? Tiefre omuna omu edi adwuma na hye wonsa omu edi adwuma na hye wonsa wo fra zoom lion untua ne ko ede sesa bola. The Chronicle. Israel detains Ghanaian pregnant woman for over 4 months, but embassy says she is an illegal migrant. Sir, Ghana scores 41% again in latest corruption index. And then my economic programs are successful. President Akufo-Addo. The Herald. Chief Justice petitioned to remove judge on NCA trial, accused of glaring bias and anger outburst. The Daily Guide. Auditor General begs Osafo Mafo. EC picks vendor for biometric register. Bafo petition CJ over judge. AG's department appeals Agojo bail. Ghanaian publisher. Police offer 10K Ghana cedis reward for info on Mankasim cop killers. And then Atiwa chiefs endorse bauxite mining in area. Ghana maintains improved anti-corruption scores. We've improved Ghana's economy, Akufo-Addo. There is more trust in banking sector after reforms, GCB boards. Daily Graphic. Practice accountable leadership. Assembly members charged at inauguration. EC's posture injurious to democracy. Efie Ankara. Ghana invest in Ghana. Blair urges entrepreneurs. Ghanaian Times. Nationwide inauguration of Assembly Unit Committee members and unplanned haphazard development now. President task all MMDs. President touts success of government economic programs. Court orders AG IGP to produce CCTV footage on assault of journalists. Alliance for New Register urges Ghanaians to support EC. Daily Dispatch. EC ready to implement ROPAL. Ghanaians in Togo, USA and Nigeria to vote. Weekend today. Ghana keeps position on corruption perception index. Daily Statesman. We've made significant gains. President touts success of economic recovery program and consider 2020 elections as development decision. NDPC board urges electorate. Those are the dailies and the stories that are making the headlines this morning. And Hariso, isinidie, eni nsem no, ena here. Trenie no war trenie enti ena no pay eno ena ambassador atena sie ye befa na ye de afiti ase ambassador one machine
ye nua
na ho te say
nyame adom na wonso e
awo hene na dom me so me ho ye pa ma me nko na me ni Ibrahim Dazi nkodi nkomo imra fast na afi ye nti ensimo Ibrahim Dazi ya ma ne bofo wo mankesi mo mfimfini mantemo na wo ma ya update afasa post ni na okum no ya am Robert no ne eye Ghana exchange na wo di free mo mankesi no Ibrahim.
Hello
Machine net say
Nyankopon jaki anokoye o mame.
Ya da nyame ase akosisan wo sa asemi ho.
Yo, said ye ifi ende nansa enya ne ntie se eye abranti a ye fel Kingsley Boahen no. Wetumi atwa ne nanom e wo ntie so no. Eye no kro na ifi sabre no ebepem bra me no e kasei police for entrance and I fa kwan bia so said ye be hu nipa utumi eja banchi wi enkwa efiri na embra ye beto ya pono so nyina ne se eye zen filling station ni wura aye fa no eye Isaac Eshana osan ye ohene ewo ekunfi asafa empoan ho beebi no ono etu a yidu kun sa branchi wi ni eyitu a eye ono ne bia eni yitumi ensaka eye shotgun ene eye PCB ewo ne ho a sisi ameno kate police for achi eye zen filling station ni wura ameno kate no ode police for akokuma oboa no matumi aye hwehwemu afa de ekusi ye no ho na eba ne se kuno mu se tue ewo za fuel station ni we ensemu abra police for any CID for eye hwehwemu hu se tue yi ku eye Kingsley Boahen oye lance corporal a wahwere ni nkwen eyetu a eye pistol anasi tutie bi na yedu no na no ana police for esha say so mo toto eye fuel station ano no mu say setu no e woni nchen a me no ka say etu no the police for age na no akofo ye na bamangesim amanfo bi say e de akura na eye police ni oye ya enam so eme tutu kuno yesi akofiyemfo ene ba ho na fie eba na fe no bi onam ba bi etu nkokokunu akoya sansebe police for ehwe say you bi o meye no tuma hu die ntia na so mo otutu ekum sa branch wi no police before that betudwa ama yenso ama UTV ahwefo nso etumi ehu dia ewo mu
na sesi ye den na muhu say etuo no eye filling station wura na wo ye ohene ne dia
mame se mi gidi se bi nsem mi se no se ba police for enya butre omo adwuma nti omo hwehwemu na kopie mu se etuo no ewo Adekye nchen omo tumeji za etuo no efiri nsem nti etuo ni won nchen nko age omo omo suspecting say bia na ono eni kun say branch ana say ne nkola ni bi ne bi etu sa na mo no nti omo ye hwehwemu nti me gide say police for guso ye hwehwemi de wo be bia no ye ba ma ahwefo nsa aka
Mo Ibrahim yebeda se papa nti na che se no de esi wo mankesi mbese ne nansa ho update na yenu abema Ibrahim Dazide amaye no na ye ne Central Regional Police PRO ye mame Irene Opon on wakasa manfimfimantemu posi adwumaku no one yenko a UTV edi enkomonti exclusive 1 minute bi yenti mrasisia
Central Regional Police Command actually suspect Adekye oye owner anase Zane filling station baby enra attempted robbery na police ni Lance Corporal Kingsley Boahen so efree mono Central Regional Police Command actually as they say oboa police won hwehwemu efa meda afen so no police for ensa kan etuo mienu e was suspect Adekye chain ba ko ye pistol and ba ko ye shotgun na police nsa aka cartridges nso a yesesa efree eye babia na medicine no anase dipa yekunu no oda eno nso eye cartridge isusu say ye fire a free shotgun any pistol like ya a free suspect in chain say investigations and I hwehwemu ekoso
Yeda sepa DSP Irene Opon na okasama posi adwuma no ewo mfimfini mantemu nti dia Ibrahim Dazi ekaye no na wa confirm amaye sister fe yenhyase ewo daily guide ne daily graphic no emu ensem ahodo a ekoso de efa sa eye EC any one new register no now daily graphic EC post injurious to democracy a free year and cry page 13 of daily graphic. The Director of Elections of the National Democratic Congress, Mr. Efree Ankra, has said the posture of the EC on the compilation of a new biometric voters register is inimical to the country's peace and democratic development. Said the EC by its stance had also showed disrespect to the Commission's eminent advisory committee. The Asantini Otunfo said to the second and other well-meaning Ghanaians who had agreed to mediate in the disagreement over the compilation of a new biometric voters register. Reacting to the timeline set by the EC for the compilation of the register, Mr. Efree Ankra, whose party belongs to the inter-party resistance against the new voters register, explained that the group's decision to suspend its demonstrations and other planned activities was to show respect to the personalities involved in the mediation. Still on that new voters register, page 3 of the daily guide, EC picks vendor for biometric register. EC picks vendor for biometric register. The Electoral Commission is set to pick suppliers for the new voters registration kits, sealing the deal to compile a new register. The EC insists that the current kits are outdated and needed to embark on new registration to bring the Commission to speed on the way forward ahead of the next election in December. The Commission said the compilation of a new voters register and devices would only boost the credibility and integrity of the elections. Sister Family Nuwe Yewia, Yebesin Atuaso.
Yo, I was on for Daily Graphic, the Bocratano, and a day air shots, and if I toss you do me some page 13, a whole and I war. Nana, Director of Elections, Sama ND Samonyokono, Ura Evis, a 3-year Ankra Walkasa, then year a year about a woman for Freba by year, who sent some I the Jai, or Memun and home, and an hour Casafan, or Chessa, said a year Electoral Commission for a change train, Bina, a year about a woman from one and was sequent, Biasina, de Bebo, Mangana, Sumje, and O May Impunsu, Nemuno, and or twice the two dress. The Abattoir Commission Ayen Sebi and Chere Adibu disrespect pa at the Mark Commission no eminent advisory committee no and afenso asanteng ni otun for say totosu emienu ene Ghana fo nyina esan say ni omo nyina tro madwen say Abattoir homa foforo no anhwa emwa wo no momo empene so nanso chinchire twan Abattoir Commission wonom akwakohye hu date kura chesese no de asa de Ghana fo ni otun fo na afenso eye commission no eminent committee no e kan nyina nya de a Electoral Commission fire or madwin say wonom ebetie na owura afriye ankra etwa so editu dwa say no womo demonstration wonom eye no omo atwen asensen kakra na ni nyina ejina mpanyufo omo demonstration ni mu omo mpese omo be show disrespect biade a kire omo nunti e na omo atwen sa omo demonstration no asensen kakra na we ni honsam awode aba page 13 ewo Daily Graphic the Bocrata ni mu na Daily Guide the Bocrata ne fa tosumiensa ena yedemo ekro na no ena aba beto dwa say Electoral Commission yisi womonso eya suppliers a wonom ebeboa na new voter registration kits no yetumi ato na yetumi ede ato aba 2020 no say ya de a wonom ensa akan bi kama pa say o ma be pikibi enche kura na yisi ekre say sa kiti de o hodada no achedodo yedi adwuma emmoa kura ni sense na wosekwan bia so mu etumi enya foforo na etumi aboa ama December abano etumi edimu wa bra yenhia wosi akwan bia ewo mu na no e na oto aso edi to dwa say voter register no say omutumi eye bibia kama betumi aboa ama afi abato no etumi edimu say ameka say de wo chese companies and ampo suppliers a wonom hwe kwan say bepeke wo mu no mato sa kit no say omu enan ena yasamu a yetumi anya ne nan no wo chese emumienu wo mu efri eye France manimu ene bi nsusu no efri eye Israel manu emu.
Still on the EC Yenfa Ghanaian Times 9 page 15. Alliance for New Register urges Ghanaians to support EC. Inti uwe so no afa Ghanaian Observer nenu so ya yeni 2-in-1. Now Alliance for New Register urges Ghanaians to support EC. A group known as the Alliance for New Register has called on Ghanaians to support the decision by the EC to compile a new voters register for this year's general elections. According to the group, the EC has made a genuine argument to support their decision and urge the public to trust the Commission to deliver a fair and credible presidential and parliamentary elections. Addressing the media last Wednesday, the Secretary General of the ANR, Razak Kojopoko, said in 2012 the EC compiled a new register between April and May, and in addition created additional 45 new constituencies the same year before the election in December. Now Ghanaian Observer, EC to roll out report for 2020 elections. If you are page 9 of the Ghanaian Observer. The acting director of training at the Electoral Commission, Mr. Michael Bodu, says the country's elections management body is ready to implement the Representation of the People's Amendment Act, RUPA. The RUPA is a Ghana thing. That's to say, if we allow Ghanaians outside the borders of Ghana to register, we have to use Ghana laws on elections. And so whatever pertains here will not be too different from what you are going to see if we roll out RUPA. There are certain details that I'll not be able to let go now, but what I'll say is that we've gone far with arrangement for RUPA and will come out very soon with our modalities, he said. And he was speaking at a forum in Accra on election 2020 organized by the EBB Man Foundation. The Ghanaian Observer.
Jo, I was on for Ghanaian Times the Bocrata and if I so edu enum 15 and a demo aircraw na ekuobi idea of frewo any Alliance for New Register ANR wonom ena ekase no gina so dia so Ghana fo nyanim say a year decision anampo gina ya Electoral Commission wonom asie na wobegina so na ye abato nwa foforo no wonum atumi atro din na ye gina so de ato aba no wose Ghana fo nyina enta chire sanse ejinasi a ekoyie eye kama pa na nsema ekuo ade ato dwa chire se enkyerkyeremu a abato commission ade aba a chese no mu gina so de atro din foforo no nyina no wose very genuine chese mu da ho pefe ni sense no wose Ghana fo ejina so na omobo electoral commission se beye na abato nwa foforo no ye betumi aye ne kama pa na no kwa betumi aboa ama abato na tumi akoso wa bere nwuemu katahye suma se dwumade bia entumi enkoso tituru mampanyi na afen so ye mrahye bedwa aba no wode sansem wetu dwa ba no ne nsam trofo twetwe nkomo na no kwada no general secretary ema ANR Ora Raza Kujo Poku ono okyerese 2012 say electoral commission wamu eye new register eno na April any May aha umuye kwa no musa create 45 new constituencies ka ho afekọ no emu ansana abeto aba neso no eyade a amfa wantwi bia ama ni sense no we ya abato komise betro din no wo kyese e wosa Ghana fo nyina eta wachi na wo mu esusuye anampa wo mu ginasie no etumi ebemu yenko Ghanaian observer na kratafon etoso enkono ena yedemuro ekro Representation of People's Amendment Act ROPAL eno ye hyehyeye a nyame ya dom na se hu bibia tumi ekoye na ye gitumu a eno beba kwan ato honom ama Ghana fo mo akwantuo bibi sam no ne wo mo atumi ato aba se de Ghana ha sei ye to aba no pepepe na no ena acting director of training ema electoral commission ura Michael Bodu ede atu edwase say the election management body no wonom aye krado se sa ROPAL no wonom ebe implement wo ede beye adwuma na sa ROPAL wo se Ghana fo ade ni sense no se kobase ye ma Ghana fo wo akwantuo mu wonom eto aba na kyese Ghana mra ene ede beye adwuma ewo abato no emu ene o kasa no kyese hyehyeye a wo mu eye no agina so de ma ROPAL no atumi adimu na ahya asa ye adwuma no wo mago fa pa wo hye so omu aduru akiri ewo hyehyeye nyina no kyese enche wonom ede beba a kyese se kura no se akwakoto mra hye bedwafia wonom twen se gya de stamp betintim so no ahya ase aye adwuma
Mo Entiafe back to Daily Graphic. Practice accountable leadership. Assembly members charged at inauguration. President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo has called for transparent and accountable leadership at the local level to propel development. In that context, he has urged assembly members to work in close collaboration with MMDC East to deliver the leadership that will benefit the people. At the inauguration of metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies across the country yesterday, the president, in a goodwill message read on his behalf, said the people at the local level deserved nothing but leadership that would improve their standards of living, and assembly members could not afford to fail in that regard. Then page 13 again of the Daily Graphic, invest in Ghana, Blair urges entrepreneurs. A former British Prime Minister, Mr. Tony Blair, has passed a vote of confidence in Ghana and called on global investment players to invest in the country. He said with President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo's excellent leadership, the country was showing great determination to succeed and was doing the right things. Yes, dear.
You also for Daily Graphic double crata no ena ye demo air crone no ye sha se Africata nanim ye front page one na ye din ka abo amane dada se ye assembly members ayeto abayi wo mu nanu ya no yade ya den wonum edi kama pass say de babo kwan to wonum ama o madwuma de aso mo ensa no de nti eto aba ma o no wonum aba be hyase aye na no ananana adodankwa Akufo-Addo Ghana mampanyi ede ato mu nyina nim say ni de ma dadwuma wo mo ye no momode aso betumi afiri wakoma mu na fe waye ne jie na wa memu so ada ho na dansa bo bi e ka se o mebu ho akonta ene na bia entumi ankwa nkobemu o de ato assembly members na nim say o mu so nhwe se obetumi ene metropolitan municipal na district chief executives no wonum aye adwuma abom na aboa ama emfaso a Ghanafo ehwe afi wo honom no yensa etumi aka ne pepepe na empuntuo nso etumi abunkam ede afa wo mai emu ne no na woto aso ede tu dwa se miamia hodo asa assembly members no wo no so mafo mo honom no wo mo nhwe ade kase bia de afiri wo mo honom ne mom no empanyufo osebio so wo mani so de hu ne kwa akire no betuma hye wo sapo mu nso de aye adwumaden agina so de empuntuo abre omanfo ne no na omanfo hwe ne sent ni kwa so mudi omanfo hwammo ewo sa we no ho na wo chese wo ma no mo hodada no October da neto so enso ewa France mu eno madwumagu ye ni sent no woni a eno eda wo madi no wo mo ena eba be hye saafo no nyina anan nifa toso edu miensa ena ye demuro ekro na kane Britain wo moma nso afọ panyi owura Tony Blair se se dia so wonya gidie ni akokodro ni ahotoso bi wo Ghana mu pa ama wogina so wo bo hu dawro di ato amaman ahodro anim so obi o wo sika na odi bebie nyuma won krofo amanso odi bia hye nyuma won krofo amanso aye investment akase no sa nipa no won fo na ni entra Ghana sanse Ghana de ehoye pa wodi dua bia dua hɔ no mu a wo se ebeso abapa ama won so watumi anya eho emfaso na wo kyese na adedankwa akufuado wo hwese de wasi atoto niema ye watumi adi ni mampanyini eye na ede emfaso eba omani mu a wo se aso mampanyin wasi ni bosa chinchina atwan wo bebo modin na ni so de hunu nyina no atumi abemu wo se wono no wotahia mpanyinfo na so mpanyinfo bi a wo moti so mampanyin na adedankwa akufuado wo mosi wo bobo ese de wo mani so de hunu nyina no wo bebo modin ama no abemu no sa mpanyinfo no ya wontan enhia bi ene wo se wo hwa Ghana hase a opanyin watumi atoto niema nyina yie ne se nti won de do ka nyina ne se so bi kitasika mu odro no person de investment our country bia dia ene obeka chese nipa ne se Ghana eno me sa investment se se honom eno benya emfaso e wa bra ne bamba ho sensem nyina nso no ebetumi akoyie.
After the Ghanaian publisher, na front page hapa, Ghanaian maintains improved anti-corruption scores. The story is on page 3 of the Ghanaian publisher. Ghana has maintained its improved anti-corruption scores in the latest Corruption Perception Index scores released by Transparency International (TI). Ghana dropped in the scores from 45 to 40 between 2012 and 2017, but began to score an improvement in 2018, albeit marginal. The latest report comes at a time when the Akufo-Addo administration continues to bolster the nation's anti-corruption institutions. According to Transparency International, the Corruption Perception Index (CPI) 2019 scores and ranks 180 countries and territories by their perceived levels of public sector corruption. The CPI 2019 draws on 13 surveys and expects an expert assessment to measure public sector corruption, giving each country a score from 0, highly corrupt, to 100, very clean. CPI 2019 focuses on political integrity and highlights the relationship between politics, money, and corruption. But political integrity, 1, TI means the quality of a contesting and exercising power. Political public office, consistently acting in the public interest, and B, providing equal, open, and meaningful access to the affected stakeholders before arriving at decisions. Ghana scored 41 out of a possible clean score of 100 in the CPI 2019 and ranked 80 out of 180 countries or territories, including this year's index. So 80 out of 180. Yes, sister.
You fakuta na enyina na ebe yewu. As for Ghanaian publisher the Democrats and if tosom yensa ena yedemo aircrow na no ena babeto dwasa corruption perception index no say baby na Ghana da no chese say ya maintain kama pa ya maintain na chese improvements ebem no chese wusha scores enya ye ewo 2012 to 2017 ye 45 to 40 na chese 2012 no na ye da 45 aduanan enum so nyame ya doma ye do 2017 na chese a drop kra ama yati numa firi so ama na ye da 40 a chese we no na ya dia ekoye pa wo cheche 2018 no so no wo hwe margin ba bia na ye wo no no so no ya dia ekoye wo isa bia na danko Akufo Addo na adwen se ja ye omayi anti corruption institution obeboa wo mu wo nema bebremu no na sa ye index we so aba na nsema Transparency International for de atodwo se corruption perception index CPI 2019 no 180 countries amai makomako wo hadi wotwe na chese wonum ejina won so ye Ghana man ye kwoto so 80 na chese ye 200 countries a chese we no aye anigisam ye pa 2019 no wo chese 13 surveys na ba ye na expert no assessment no e bi for public sector corruption no wo chese Ghana kwoto so 100 100 and a CPR 2019 nso no was share political integrity na fe omo highlighting we relationship akonya anankita hudi da politics sika and afen nso katahye na esuma se dwuma de corruption ho no say political integrity one no TI no HS quality of contesting and exercising power
the person chen baby a odi nani ekire ya oye saa nhwehwe mu si obisa amanfo age nti corruption ne de si ayenya hu de wo beka se me mage na asemasi na de ma me ana de we mi ye ni sei ana se nti yesusu se aha wo mu ye corrupt pa nti se de ya adwen ye ti enema a wo hwe mu a ye de odi bisa amanfo kosa no ene se obi okita tumi ana obi a awesome no kwan ben so na offer awesome yen de sika woni nsam a wode ye oman no adwuma no wode sika no edi dwuma sen enti wo hwe eno ene etosum yenu wo be hwe se wo hwe omanfo na wo hwe wo mo pepepe ana se wo ye ayepemu se wo hwe wo mo pepepe no ye ayepemu a na chese no so why corrupt ewo sinto nti enye se sika nko a se bia na meti ye si o ya se si yi ye se behwa akwan so behwa ni so o ene na mde mani a kire bunu east chiba na ya regional capital yi o ene munye ba miri kwan munya tano boase kwa tano boase kra ma wo de munye ba miri de no munye atabo so de no munye mesidan kwa futuro sa ache munye boyam kwan ti o ene obeti wono timi say yes say no so e corruption ni bia ai Sedan kwan no achepa efuto no nyansem ketwa ho so kra tourism site bi wo ho ufi sedan na okobwo yam caves and bat colony apan pa colony kama pa so kwan no nyekra enti ba na kame omo de adwuma ne hye me sa no me kwaye no kane
anam nim say translation ni
meja wo na me kire we me yam fanto ho e mo bi antoto abo ma park ne so fanto
so wala
enti se me kwaye me de na meja ba bi e be kon Adekye no ho de sei
aifa
ukro yimu kokotro
yeah
kokotro yeah Adekye ye be kokotro na kokotro kwan so nyo clay pa we are there pa
ampa ene de
onka na me come on
do why so yeah dey
enti eno so mo share no ni jira aka ho bi betimi ba bi na ase me mre mabom
we dey afunu me
if you have for the find that the Bokrata no na bola na emi ni amanfo ne sa na o moti the finder regular failed at Tema station blamed on station managers failure to pay service provider and we be on page 14 of the finder. It has come to light that the regular filth and strong stench which have plagued the new Tema station in Accra is as a result of the inability of the managers of the station to pay for the collection of the rubbish from the station. It also emerged during the finders' investigations that the station is indebted to Jacora Ventures, the company in charge of waste management at the lorry station, to a tune of over 11,000 Ghana cedis, specifically 11,628.70 pesos. And then it gives the breakdown of 10,628.70 as at December 2014 and 1,400 cedis for recent services rendered. Following a meeting between the three interested parties in January 11, 2019, a monthly payment schedule of 500 Ghana cedis was agreed between Jacora and the Tema Station Welfare Committee. So why are they not complying? An agreement is an agreement now. When the finder visited the station, occupants and traders said that though they were levied 2 Ghana cedis daily for occupying the station, the waste collected often goes unattended to.
You. I was for the finder, the Bokrata no and a day air to us so Nanifa air to so a do and 9 and a demo air crow. Now I know and watchers will call a year Tema station where said a fee. Esima wonu makwaba bola ema wonu munchia adese ani adechie bia no eyade areho na de etwa wo ma wokura eyesabi enka a chese esai efamu edeba ewo Tema station ehonom no na no eno de ehunsubo abo managers a wonum ewo Tema station wo se wonum ena anyi wadwuma ye nam so madane dana bola no esum honom na esama wonum enka bone na wo chese founder enhwehwemu a wonum aye ewo station wo chese Jacora Ventures, one of them, station, one bola no eyade a womo de omoka omodo omoka chese mu odu ye pa e ka no wo se akwakodu 11628 a chese dosu ye pa 11000 ye che de dosu na chese wuchiche mu a December 2014 no na omo de ka 10000 ene echire 10000 ene echire ena chese sesi akwa no 1400 asa baba be ka ho a chese nina no kwa na ekosu ye pa wo si eye 20 January busumi ya ne da na toso edu ba ko no 2019 mu no wonom ene wo mu eye meeting efa sa aketua ho meno no wo mu si gina yesa busumi bia no e wo se wo mu etua wo ka 500 Ghana na so ebesi ne no as agreement no wo mu enhye da enni so no ntina ma bola no egu ho no basa sa e wo ho no na adwode fon chese da bia no wo mu tua 2 Ghana cedis na so no wo matua na wo mo hwe kwa se ejikaja wo mo mpanyimfo betua sika majekorafo no so abesa bola no enkoba ne sa ntina ma bola no egu ho no na da ne da edos na enkan ewo mu no susu no esanso bro wo no eso no.
So yeah, one go project. See, befa Daily Guide need the Herald album. Daily Guide, yes, Auditor General Bex Osafo Mafo, will page 3 of Daily Guide. The Auditor General Daniel Yao Domilevo has reportedly written to Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafo and 4 other officials of the Ministry of Finance, begging them for time. In the mark talked about $1 million Coal and Associate Limited surcharge case. The Auditor General is now asking for the consent of the minister and the other appellants to enable him to find documents to prove his basis of surcharging the government officials in court. After surcharging the senior minister and court following the Auditor General's accusation that they authorized payment to Coal and Associate for no work done, Mr. Osafo Mafo and Co. filed an appeal in court challenging the surcharge decision. Although served with the process, the Auditor General refused to file a response, and that compelled Mr. Osafo Mafo and Co. to cite him for contempt of the court. Still on court case, the Herald. Chief Justice petitioned to remove judge on NCA trial accused of glaring bias and anger outbursts. And that one is on page 3. Eugene Bafoboni, the first accused person in the National Communications Authority NCA case involving the purchase of an Israeli spy device, has petitioned the Chief Justice Kwesi Eninieboa to remove the trial judge Justice Eric Bafo because he's afraid the judge will not give him a fair trial. In the petition dated January 20, 2020, Mr. Bafoboni accused the trial judge of being glaringly biased and exhibiting many incidences of anger towards him, hence wants him changed. He further asked the CJ to investigate the content of a video by journalist Kevin Ekoltela in which some serious allegations were made against Justice Bafo regarding the NCA case. Into Befani Miri Aboso.
Yo, I was for Daily Guide, the Bokrata no, and I day at was one and if I tosso me and son. Now, Auditor General a year or Daniel Yao Domevlo, Wakasa, Domlevo. Aha. Auditor General, and no. Now, what show a day a comma a yet senior minister Uriah Osafo Mafo and Afenso and Penuford Nabi or more a war. Asoya show Messi kasam to your source janka beyanka we are chopa or more man kwan said the beya 1 million Crow and Associate Limited a year a home and seminal and kaja on one casabe to me abem kakra nampo be sub charge wonum ama bibia etumi akoye na Auditor General o chese senke janko mo man kwan kakra nke betumi aboye pa amaja wotumi enya documents bi betumi approve e woni sub charging ajeso de ebo aban empanyufo ho na wo chese senior minister e na afeso sa empanyufo Auditor General so bo a de abo mu nyina ne sei wamu ekotua 1 million edema eye adwumakuo bi Crow and Associate for wa bra wamu anya adwuma bia na no na say the Auditor General watro ede akoma ya Osafo Mafo say kaja wamu man ni assent say the beyanka onu ankasa sub charging bi ebetumi abamu na ama case no so etumi akoso. The Herald the Bokrata no ne fa etoso
miensasa.
Okay, the Herald the Bokrata no Sanu ye Chief Justice then me bo.
Ani. Ko wachi ba ku bi.
Okay. For the Herald Democrats no ena yafa na Eugene Bafuboni. Eugene Bafuboni wono ena ye first accused person wo National Communication Authority omu case ni mu ni nyina ne se omu koto Israel spy device bi achese no na emu ansha dan na hopa ne se the watch petition kuma Chief Justice Kwasi enin yeboa eseja try judge woni Justice Eric Chebafo senke beya enka wonyinu emfiri asem ni mu kakra se beya obetumi enya atentene na ni petition de koy January da neto so aduo ni 2020 ya na de koy na owura Bafo boni kire se yanhwe ni anyi Eric Chebafo emfiri na asem ni mu a wo ye sure pass atentene ne pa de enya ade a obetumi enya bi ewo na seni ni mu achese no de ho nsem aba the Herald Bokata ne fa etoso miensa.
Yenfa the Ghanaian Times, page 3, Ghanaian Times. And then High Court orders AG IGP to produce CCTV footage on assault of journalists. A High Court in Accra yesterday asked the Inspector General IGP and then the Auditor General to produce closed-circuit television CCTV footage on the day Mr. Lateef Idrisu, a senior broadcast journalist, was allegedly assaulted by policemen to the Multimedia Group Limited by February 6, 2020. The court further asked the defendants to submit the list of officers stationed at the premises of the CID headquarters of the Ghana Police Service on the day of the assault on the Multimedia Group Limited journalists and that of those who manned the crowd control vehicles. The order was at the behest of Mrs. Rosalind Kaleji, who held brief for Samson Ladianyen and a counsel for the plaintiffs for the release of the documents in the custody of the defendant. AG to appeal against ACP Agojo bail. Prosecutors handling the case in which Assistant Commissioner of Police ACP Dr. Benjamin Agojo is charged with abetment of treason felony said they will appeal against the bail granted the police officer by an Accra High Court on Tuesday. Mrs. Hilda Craig, a senior state attorney, served the notice after Justice Charles Eko-Baden, the presiding judge of Criminal Court 2, granted 500,000 Ghana cedis self-recognizance bill to ACP Agojo. The Ghanaian Times gathered that the senior policeman was in court yesterday to execute the bail bond. It is not known if the Attorney General has appealed against the bill at the time of filing this report, as checks at the registry of the Court of Appeal had proved unsuccessful.
For Ghanaian Times, the Democrats and if it also miensa any demo aircraft. No ena ababeto just say Accra High Court so enra wonom ede ato Inspector General of Police IGP Omepo Sisang na Offense Attorney General enim se ni di mada omomodian se eye CCTV footage bi a chese piemu abra na chese ni nyina ne se oposi ni bi a chinsem chironi baako semchironi baako multimedia semchironi baako ebrim ni yie pa Ura Lateef Idrisu wonum ebrim na nanya asam ketoa na ase CCTV footage na wo ho no ayetwema mentwe on person de beba amie hu kwan a efuro no fa so ba ye de ye ne ade nyina no na no na se di asem yakwakodi Accra High Court ama court ede ato Inspector General of Police o mai post panyin na afen so Auditor General nim se ni de madam moden a esesa footage no won betumi aba ami ahwe sede na ebro no esitie ne de koba ya ma prosini no etumi eto ni nsakọ boss ansem no na manebo no koso kire mu akoto esan so de ato ensem troni ni anim so no nso aprosifo a na wonum egina station anim ayi wadwuma na omugina criminal investigation department headquarters anim wonum ayi wadwuma asasemi esi yenso omomodin asa listening na no nso betumi ede aba na nu betumi aboa ma omuhwehwemu a wo mo eye no etumi akoso kama pa.
The Chronicle Eni. Israel detains Ghanaian pregnant woman. A reliable information available to the Chronicle has it that the Israel Prison Service has for about 4 months held in isolation Josephine Kwabiwa, a heavily pregnant migrant worker from Ghana, age 32. The information further indicates that Josephine Kwabiwa is going through the ordeal because she refused to be tested for tuberculosis, a requirement for prisoners from African countries in Israel. The Chronicle is informed that Josephine Kwabiwa has resisted the test for fear of any side effects which may arise from the test, which includes X-ray, whose radiation could affect her pregnancy. Held in Israel's Givon prison, the authorities for over 2 weeks tried to deport Josephine Kwabiwa back to Ghana against her will. But anytime they tried, airline operators refused to accept her on board due to her condition. After being briefed by Physicians for Human Rights Asia, the PHRI is an organization of Israel and Palestinian physicians that stands at the forefront of the struggle for human rights, particularly the right to health in Israel and the occupied Palestinian territory.
Israel. I was for the Chronicle, the Bokrata no and a day at was so no and or day abba. What just said, dear, who call a year Israel memoir, a year Israel prison service one more. A idea Ghana ni baby a one in fear at Driasam, you know, I won't ye pa, any years one in my car cry. No, Babbe, who is answering the phone, I was through. And it did added Josephine Kwabiwa, a idea, one was she prison one umbi. Now, Rakusam said, ya isolate no, just a yearness in Chanko, no quite an aqua baby. I just say more ye pa. Na a year pin for ya when you fear Driasam, you know, your gun and as I said, was share Israel prison, or no qua, ye no, Edeno, Asha baby for frono. Nebonia, why you know, and say, who call prison one more? We are no more running test to be. Na imuba queer tuberculosis. A rabbi sikianeki, there be da, more moon test no tuberculosis test no. And also a requirement a woo prison one quadia was here, and so on dear, was see a yadia or bet to me a penny essence. Rain in Akaka can be at a radiation, no, a bet to me affect a yet nebano, I will share your full and see yadia, or bema coin amasa test no, one ayano, give on prison, a quasam and a year came. What I said, bear say, now watching me a new dear. Prison panyimfo na bo homodin bi asa Josephine won be deport na won be won nkonsa ama wasan abagana hasem na so no airline bia we mission bia no okwa na yinesi form just mo emfa no and am the condition as say wo mu no and I'm so I'm a physician for human rights am Israel memu wo mo so mo na kasa yie pa na sa eye physician for wo mo de eba adasafa ho de na pomode ho nsema no and mo fight here no mo pre e de ma omanfo say no wo mo ani erabai akasa na nti atwa mam ne so mo person mo de ne bag Ghana ha wo mo wonu nkunsa na so no we mission bia empese mo befa no enam sit in the condition our woman
mo bonsema ho aya de papa wa adwuma why na she watade
jo ebusan for Catherine L or ma 7 woni achimota mo no na edi enhwe ni mu wono na ashimata de kama ni number 0244818177 0244818177 oya de pa opam mane mema nyina niema ni senti ko na wonso onsiesi kama na miti no nso Living God Saloon wonom Waterboard large station wa santoa wono so yetire pa Wivon ne Rasta bibia opebi obeyamon ne ho ha pa ona bomiti ne number 0244829682 0244829682 yeah
why are there ye dai ho akwa ba pa ye dia pomode nkomo ebebe monidie mu a montwen